Hi everybody, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another royal news video, or rather royal gossip, and in this instance it's nothing to do with members of the royal family. It involves the ex-royals of Montecito, the Duchess of Montecito in particular, who is coming back to Netflix far sooner than any of us had predicted. We were told that part 2 or season 2 of With Love Meghan wouldn't be airing until the fall, yet here we are, the 26th of August. She is back and she is going to be finding new ways to show people how much she cares. Unless of course you're her father, her siblings, any of her cousins, her aunts, her uncles, the Raglans, the Markles, both sides. Nobody really escapes that apart from Doria. She is still the only person I think Meghan has left that she speaks to. We don't even see the niece who came in rather handy for the Netflix series anymore. No, who Meghan means is a select few friends, or rather associates, or in some cases paid members of staff, because Daniel Martin, the crying makeup artist, who once said that I had a dark or black soul, I can't quite remember, has made it into season 2. Clearly Meghan was running out of people to make it look like that she does have a huge friendship circle. No, Meghan has managed to rope in a few semi-famous celebrities in terms of all we actually recognise her is of course Chrissy Teigen, possibly not for the best reasons. Not only has Chrissy Teigen got questionable tweets out there to do with small children that if she were a man, they would have raided her home and taken away any electrical devices for screening. And she is also a social media bully. One young woman who was the target of her aggression many years ago was Courtney Stodden, who was 16, 17 years old at the time, telling her to take a dirt nap. She apparently sent her private DMs telling her to kill herself. I mean, this is pretty horrific, and it's in direct conflict with Harry and Meghan's campaign, No Child Lost to Social Media. You've literally got a bully on your show, your first guest, who harassed a teenager telling her to take her own life. But hey, when have Harry and Meghan not been complete and utter hypocrites? So the fake laughing is back, and for season 2 it would seem, thankfully, so is her hair. Jamie Kern-Lima is set to appear, and I already have full body chills, guys, but in a way just trying to stop myself from, I would say, vomiting, because we know this is going to be the most sycophantic episode on there if the podcast is anything to go by. So we will be seeing more rapping, more drinking, more hugging, more joyful flower arranging, and of course, more praise for Meghan. Showing up for your guests is, after all, about getting praise for yourself, and I'm sure that there will be an abundance of it. So why has this bomb been dropped on us so early? Well, I think it's got something to do with the fact that there was a lot of negative coverage going around, not just about Harry, but also the fact that their Netflix deal renewal or extension isn't exactly the way that they have advertised it. According to the many newspapers that have printed the stories, we were all wrong. Netflix has announced that Harry and Meghan's contract has been renewed. Their partnership will continue and it has been extended. Harry and Meghan sign new multi-year film and TV deal. Sounds fantastic, doesn't it? And Netflix even put out their own statement to accompany the news. Harry and Meghan are influential voices whose stories resonate with audiences everywhere. We're excited to continue our partnership with Archwell Productions to entertain our members together. Influential voices, are they serious? I mean, the only thing they influence is people wanting to change the channel or turn the sound off. And as for their voices and their programming resonating with people, oh yeah, I bet many people really resonated with the Polo Show or Live to Lead. Live to Lead was actually already purchased for them by Netflix. They bought it off of the Mandela Foundation. And when Jacinda Ardern, the New Zealand, ex-New Zealand PM, I know she's not everybody's favourite person for obvious reasons, but when she found out that she was appearing on Harry and Meghan's show, she got her office to put out a statement to say, when I filmed my part, that was for the Mandela Foundation. I was never part of a Harry and Meghan show. How awkward was that? I mean, seriously, she's straight away going, nothing to do with those two. Possibly not helped about the fact that she's linked up with the Earthshot Prize and Prince William. Now, despite the flashy spin that Harry and Meghan and their PR team have actually managed to put on the news, it's not a renewal of their £100 million contract. It's not an extension of the existing contract. It is a new contract under new terms, and those terms are a first look. What that means is when Harry and Meghan come up with an idea, they can pitch it to Netflix, and Netflix has first refusal. Given the fact that every idea that Harry and Meghan have come up with so far is pretty boring, I can't imagine they'll be coming up with anything new anytime soon. Nor do Netflix have to now bankroll any of their ideas either. They will have to fund it themselves. So there's going to be a little bit of a problem, but hey, they've always got Archwell donations to dip in and out of, right? Now, in a slight win for Harry and Meghan, Netflix will be covering their expenses and their staffing costs for Archwell Productions. Hopefully, if I was a member of staff working with Meghan, I would have it put into my contract clauses that means that they will also protect them from Meghan's wrath when it all goes wrong. I think a lot of other members of staff have left because as soon as Meghan gets negative coverage, she likes to go in and tear people's heads off. Remember, nothing is ever Meghan or Harry's fault. Now, there was also another announcement that was packaged all up in a lovely, neat little bow by Meghan and Harry, and they've let it be known that there will be a Christmas special. Yes, we can all tune in over the holiday season as we join Meghan in Montecito for a magical holiday special where friends and family deck the halls, create holiday feasts, craft heartfelt gifts, and share lots of laughs. Sorry, but how can anybody watch Meghan Markle talk about the importance of friends, poor Jessica, but also family in the holiday season with a straight face? I've said this so many times before, but this is the equivalent of having Hannibal Lecter host a dinner party for vegans. Now, something to note in this, obviously Netflix have signed up in a way that they keep Harry and Meghan on the books, so it doesn't look like a complete and utter disaster that it was. They didn't get a lot of bang for their buck, or perhaps Ted Sarandos did. But the fact that they have announced a Christmas special, but nothing to do with a With Love Meghan season 3, we know that they filmed parts 1 and 2 together at the same time, but surely if they were confident in their partnership and the success of Meghan's show and her selling her jams and her pancake mix, they would already sign up and say season 3 will definitely be happening. But no, not a word on that just yet. Now, something that will surprise none of you, I'm pretty certain of this, there has been concerns expressed, or no doubt deliberately put out into the media, that Meghan's Christmas special just might happen to coincide with the Princess of Wales Together at Christmas Carol concert. Oh, you think? Do we think that Meghan might actually want something like that to happen? Oh, it doesn't sound like Meghan at all, does it? Of course, if Meghan can get any attention on herself at a time when the Princess of Wales is in the news, she will go for it. She can't help herself with her obsession with trying to outdo her sister-in-law. Sorry, but no amount of store-bought candy canes or little gingerbread men being wrapped up in little bows sprinkled with dead flowers is going to make people turn off from the Princess of Wales and her beautiful Together at Christmas concert for Meghan, who will be telling the world how joyful she is and how much love and magic she's putting out into the world. Now, speaking of turning off, or rather turn off, now, play nicely, children. Of course I don't mean Harry, I mean he's a fox, after all. No, what I mean is Meghan's wine. Apparently, Meghan's scarcity marketing tactic has already blown up in her face. As many people predicted, even those that work in the industry of marketing, they said the problem is when you constantly brag that your items have sold out instantly when stuff does not sell out instantly, it's a big red flashy sign. And as of today, I logged on to Meghan's As Ever website, and you know what? Her wine is still available despite being on sale now for over a week. Apart from a few little marketing posts that Meghan's done saying it's selling out quickly, it seems, Meghan, that it's not selling out quickly. Even her fan base don't want to be wasting their money on her overpriced bottles of wine that you still have to buy in batches of 3. It would seem that after a lot of the critics and people that wanted to do the taste test did so with the 2023 version, they decided that 2024 was not worth their time or their money. Now, it would also seem that Meghan might be a fraud, would you believe it? Could Meghan be actually faking her fan base, or at least a few of them? Jules, who I follow on X, formerly known as Twitter, made a very, very good point. Isn't it funny that the background, the actual worktop in the kitchen where you can see Meghan writing her chicken scratch writing here, seems to be very similar to some of the fans' posts that she reshares on her Instagram account? I happen to have a sneaky feeling here that Meghan is such a control freak that she's not actually happy with her very own fan base, the Sussex Squad's posts, because she doesn't seem to be that happy with their creations that they make. Perhaps it's not aesthetically pleasing to her, because Meghan isn't about this stuff wanting to go to the average person. Meghan is all about making this stuff seem like it's exclusive. She wants the rich and the famous to advertise it, and she has now knocked on the Kardashians' door. Meghan has managed to rope in the Kardashians to do a post for her. Khloe Kardashian, to be exact. And she is the one, from my knowledge of the Kardashians, that is the least popular and perhaps actually charges the least for promoting products, although I wouldn't be so sure. Because Meghan has sent a birthday basket, a basket of plenty as it were, for Kylie Jenner's birthday. She obviously couldn't afford Kylie, and Khloe drew the short straw. So she has posted Meghan's basket with thanks, but she didn't actually tag Meghan, her As Ever account either. So Meghan was left with no other choice to grab the post herself and to post it on her personal Instagram account and her As Ever account, but not before she wrote on it, "Hey, hey, hey, all my girls with a K." Oh, I'm cringing for her. I read that and I cringed for her. I can actually picture Chris and Kim and all of them in their kitchen going, "Hey, hey, hey, all my girls with a K," as they laugh. Let's not forget that when Meghan married into the royal family, there were reports the reason why she didn't think to invite a Kardashian to her wedding was because she was looking down her nose at them. Oh, how the tide has turned, hasn't it? And now she's desperately trying to get the Kardashians to promote her products. I'm sorry, I just don't think that she can afford the proper packages, as it were, that the Kardashians obviously get paid for to promote stuff, because Kris Jenner has yet again, much like the fruit bowl with the lemons in when it was American Riviera Orchard, she did the bare minimum. She's done the bare minimum again, but she's thanked Meghan and actually tagged her in this post. Now you can see here, Kris Jenner, a multi-millionaire. She gets the handcrafted box with the lovely packaging and the bottles look beautiful. Meghan's paying customers get the toilet roll rat bottles stuffed into cheap cardboard. Only the paying peasants get the shitty stuff. The millionaires that are already, well, millionaires, they're the ones that get the good stuff, including Meghan's 2023 bottle of wine. Now, I'm not taking credit for this. This is another X account called Think Beautiful. She managed to scroll in and spot Meghan actually gave Kris Jenner bottles of her 2023 wine. I'm sorry, didn't that sell out instantly? Ooh, that's what everybody else was told. I think, much like the bench and the 40 by 40 merchandise, and no doubt copies of Spare, Meghan bulk bought some of her own products so she can obviously gift it, wrap it, and sending it out to celebrities, because a copy of her book Bench also features in the trailer of her hand gifting a beautiful package for some unfortunate child, I'm presuming. So Meghan, I think, has definitely bought her own stuff, you know, anything to keep the numbers looking good. But that was a great spot, and I think it's just another perfect example of Meghan desperately trying to fake it until she makes it. So roll on August 26th, guys, because that is when Meghan is going to be back. And I'm not so much excited about Meghan's show, which of course I'm gonna have to watch and dissect. Oh dear, I should have had until the end of September, but hey ho, the things I do for this channel. But it's more to do with the incredible comedic geniuses, the comedy content creators who will have hours of footage, such as Michael Pavano. He's one of my favorites. If you haven't seen him, you've got to watch some of his comedy outtakes, because they are seriously where the joy of With Love Meghan will really come from. So guys, that's it for me on this video. I will be back with you very soon. Take care for now. Bye.